What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I decided that I'm going to do a little bit of a different kind of video. I have gotten some questions from you guys before about how to choose your coach, so I kind of want to talk about how I chose my coach and what advice I would give to you as far as choosing your coach, whether that's for lifestyle coaching or for bodybuilding in particular. I think that choosing a coach is something that is really personal to each individual, and I think that it's something that a lot of people don't really do their due diligence on. I think people oftentimes go with hype or somebody that, I don't know, is popular or just irrelevant things, and I think that sometimes they end up being disappointed with the coaches that they choose, just because they picked based on the wrong things or didn't think about the decision enough. So I'm going to tell you guys how I picked my coach, the experiences I've had with other coaches, and everything like that. So if there are any questions that you have after this video or anything that I didn't answer, anything you want more details about, please feel free to let me know down below. But yeah, let's get right into it. I have had some experiences with coaches so far. I have gone through a personal trainer and 2 different prep coaches for my personal bodybuilding journey. I have worked with a personal trainer in the past before the last one I had, so I've only ever worked with 2 personal trainers. I have friends that are personal trainers, and I am a personal trainer as well, which, shameless plug, if you do need a coach and you want to work with me, you can shoot me a comment down below, or you can follow me on Instagram. I will leave my handle down below as well, and you can reach out to me there. But choosing a coach, so you want to make sure, number one, that it's somebody who has an approach that you vibe with. When you choose a coach, you choose somebody that trains in your particular style of learning. And what I mean by that is, if you are somebody that prefers a gentle approach, a lot of positive reinforcement, if you're somebody that requires like a lot of patience and a lot of hand holding and nurturing, maybe like a slower approach, make sure that you pick somebody accordingly, versus somebody that's like me, who prefers somebody who is a little bit more aggressive, somebody that is a little bit more intense, somebody that is a little bit more detail oriented and no nonsense kind of a coach. I do prefer that for myself personally, and I'm not saying that coaches can't be both, but just make sure that when you do meet with them or look into their coaching style or whatever, that it's something that you think that you could get on with, because there's nothing worse than trying to work with somebody where you just don't vibe. As a coach myself, I have had clients in the past that are amazing. They're totally there to like kick ass and put in all the effort, and they're with it, and those are obviously my favorite clients to train. And I have had clients that are reluctant to follow my advice or instruction, clients that think that they already have all of the solutions, which is always funny to me, because you're looking for a coach and that's implying that you're looking for help in something, and you're paying for the experience and the expertise in a particular area. So why you would go into any kind of coaching session arguing or contradicting what the person is saying, or feeling like you know all the answers already when you clearly don't, because if you did, you would have already gotten yourself to the place that you are saying that you want to be in. So, you know, that's a story for another time, but just making sure that the vibes are there and you get along with your coach in a way that you feel comfortable trusting them with your progress, with your journey, and with your time, right? So book a consultation. A lot of times people will have a free call. There's always like, if it's an online coach, like I have a form that you can fill out, and then I reach out to you personally and schedule a consultation call so that we can chat about goals and stuff like that. And then I will let you know if I feel like you're somebody that I can help, that's in my scope of experience, because that's another thing too. You want to make sure that the person that you're working with can handle taking on the challenges that you come with, because we all have our individual challenges, whether we're starting from a very beginner phase, whether we're a professional athlete, whether we're starting with certain injuries. And there's going to be coaches that don't have the knowledge or the experience to work with every single type of person. It just is what it is, especially if it's a coach that's like a smaller, newer coach. So you just want to be mindful that the person that you choose to work with has the experience and knows about working with your particular set of limitations, let's call them, just to call them something. Something else that I think is very important as far as choosing a coach is looking at the type of client that they normally work with and seeing how that relates to you. So let's say that you are somebody that has never competed before and you're just getting started, or somebody that's never exercised before and you're just starting off on your journey, and you're looking at a coach's Instagram, for example, and they seem to have a lot of professional athletes or a lot of really in shape people, CrossFit athletes, or they specialize in something that's really specific. Maybe that's not the right coach for you, because it might be in a different level than where you are starting from. Especially, for example, with bodybuilding, there are a lot of very large teams in the bodybuilding industry, and sometimes when you join a team that is very, very big and the coach is very well known, oftentimes they will have a team of coaches that support them. And so you may think that you're working directly with that particular coach, but that may not necessarily be the case. A lot of times the actual head coach of those teams only takes on specific clients. A lot of times they'll stop taking it on new clients and take on like the clients they've worked with for a long time, or professional athletes, stuff like that. So just be clear on whether or not the coach that you want on a bigger team is actually the coach that you're getting, or the coach that you choose to work with is somebody that is within the scope of the things that you actually want to accomplish. If you are on the other side of this and you are a professional athlete, you've competed many times, or you've been on a fitness journey for a long time and you know what you're doing, you just need a different kind of coaching, or you need to take things to the next level, then I would recommend getting somebody of that caliber and not going down to somebody who seems like they coach a lot of beginners. They're really focused on, getting people started in the gym, very foundational type stuff, getting girls started competing on stage. If you are the professional or you are more advanced in that case, you would want to look for somebody that is on the other side of the scale. I'm hoping that that all makes sense. For my bodybuilding people in particular, if you are looking for a coach for bikini or wellness or figure, whatever it may be, make sure that the coach that you're choosing focuses on that particular division. A lot of times you will find that coaches are very like niche specific. So a lot of big coaches will primarily focus on bikini girls, or primarily focus on wellness girls, or primarily focus on figure girls. So make sure that you are going with a coach that obviously is working with a lot of athletes that are trying to accomplish the same thing that you're trying to accomplish. And if you do choose one that is, make sure that the athletes look how you would want to look. I can't be the only one that has noticed that certain coaches have a certain look about their athletes, whether that's a really big kind of V-taper with the lat and kind of very X-frame, or whether that be like very, very lean, tiny little waist, or whether that may be very like full and like bubbly muscle. Everybody kind of has a different style and a different approach. So take a look at various athletes from the coaches and see what it is that you want to look like and what it is that they look like, and kind of do your comparisons there, so that you can go onto a team with a coach that is going to take you in a direction that you want to look like. Because bodybuilding is cool and competing is fun, but at the end of the day, you want to look like what you want your body to look like, because no one else is going to look like that. It's going to be you, right? So make sure that you align with the aesthetic that coach usually gets the results for the people that they coach. You know what I mean? So how did I find my coach? My coach was recommended to me by somebody that I know at the gym that I was training at with my trainer at the time. I also had a phone call with him. I had an initial phone call where we talked about my goals. We talked about his approach. We talked about who he had coached before. And I asked him any questions that I had, and we really hit it off. I really liked everything that he had to say, and his coaching style really suited me. So that was a good recommendation and something that really worked out well for me. On the same token though, the first prep coach that I ever had was also a recommendation from a friend. And for a beginner, like intro to bodybuilding, he was a good coach. However, it wasn't the same experience. I didn't do any of my research like that. I didn't book any consultation. I just kind of hit him up and said, hey, I want to start this. And then I was in it, and it was a good experience, but it could have been better. And so I should have done a little bit more digging and research and maybe talked to some people that had worked with him in the past and seen if they had any similar experiences to what I ended up having. I don't regret that choice at all, but I'm just saying, make sure that you do book that call with the coach and really just ask them all the questions that you have, get to know their approach, really see what they're about. If they're somebody that's really into like crazy things that you don't really like a lot of HIIT cardio or taking a lot of crazy PEDs, like make sure that you find somebody that aligns with your values and your goals and what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's your body, it's your choices, it's your fitness journey, and you just don't want to get stuck in a situation where you're working with somebody that is not really the ideal person for you. So all that being said, my advice would be, if you're looking for a coach, talk to your friends first, see if they have any referrals or anybody at your gym. If not, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, look for people in fitness communities or groups that are trying to do what you are trying to do, whether it's compete or just get a better lifestyle, and then read their testimonials, talk to their other clients, reach out to them, book that consultation call, talk to them, see if your style vibes with theirs, if you like the way they approach things, if you like what they're saying, if they have a YouTube channel or a podcast or anything like that, listen to some episodes, hear what they have to say, really take your time making that decision, because you end up becoming close with these people. They become a part of your life, and if you end up taking fitness to a professional level, it becomes a part of your career, potentially, who you end up working with. And I feel like there would be nothing worse than a coach breakup. Like my first coach and I just kind of like, it kind of just dwindled after my first shows, and I'm so glad that I didn't have to have that awkward coach breakup conversation. But I can't imagine like having to break up with my coach now. I mean, I can't imagine. And I call it a breakup, but you know what I mean. I feel like that would be really uncomfortable, especially after all the years of working that you end up doing with this person. So I don't know, I would recommend do your work on the beginning part of the journey so that you don't have to have an uncomfortable situation on the back end after you've created some kind of weird dynamic with that person. So with all that being said, again, if you do want to coach, feel free to reach out to me, comment down below. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. I know this was like a quick kind of like no nonsense video, but I just wanted to get it out there because I've gotten this question a few times. And I do think it's an important decision who you end up working with. I think that it matters that you respect your coach. I think that it matters that you trust your coach. And I think that it matters that you're willing to listen to the instructions that they give you without feeling like you need to question every single little thing. And on the same token, they should also be willing to explain to you why you're doing what you're doing if you do have questions, right? So definitely make sure that you take your time. But all I can say is that I'm glad that I'm working with my coach now, and I wouldn't have chosen anybody else. So I'm happy that that referral was a good one for me. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. That's pretty much all I have to say. I'm going to be posting another weekly vlog for you guys soon. If there's anything else that you want to see from me or any other questions that you have, please leave them down below. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.